Hello, Zach with AI Automation Elite, and today is day 6 of 14 days of automation. Today's plan is to look at 2 automation flows related to posting on Pinterest. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one we're going to look at is WordPress to Pinterest. Why is this important? Well, you have a WordPress site, you post content hopefully daily, and this automation, which we use, as you notice, it runs every day, will take each new post, create the content, and post it to Pinterest. Now, the really great thing I've noticed since we've been using this, we have seen a significant increase in our followers on Pinterest. Constant and regular posting really helps. Let's get started. Now with WordPress, first thing you want to do is go to WordPress and type in make.com, make connector. What this does is connect your WordPress, or allow you to connect your WordPress to your Make account. So you'll install it and activate it, and when you click on it, you will get an API key, and that's going to show up right here. So the next thing we're going to do is start a module. I did these automations a few minutes ago and pulled the rookie mistake of not turning on the microphone. So they're already built, but we're going to go through them. They're overall very simple, and the flow is progressive, right? As you learn more about these, the easier they get, so you can begin to expand them. Okay, so first you want is WordPress, and you want to watch posts. When you click add, you will put your API key right here. This REST API is just the path of your domain /wp-json. The next thing you're going to do is choose the type. Click post, select publish, because this is what you want to trigger, the new published article. And then depending how often you produce content and how often you run your automation will determine this, but I have it run once a day and 1 Pinterest post per day. The next thing we're going to do is make a request. Here, we're trying to get the image. Choose make a request. On the first line, you need the URL. And this is probably the most important thing. It is really hard to find information in here. What you want is featured media, and the best way to do that is just come here and type featured, and then you will see links, featured media, href. That's what you want. Choose that. Make sure it says get and say okay. Next is the JSON parse. So parse JSON. Here you're going to choose the data that comes back, the HTTP request. Notice it has it in this object. It just parses that and makes it usable, and click OK. Finally, connect Pinterest. The first time you'll need to say add, and when you name it and you say save, it'll open up an OAuth window. You confirm it and you're ready to go. Create a pin. The first thing you want to do is your image URL. You have several options, could be a video as well. You want a image URL, and for the image URL you're going to connect to the JSON that you've parsed, and you want this GUID rendered. Next, you have to pick the board, and when you click this, you'll see this spin. You have multiple types of different pin boards that you have. Pick the one you want. For title, this comes from WordPress. Notice when I hover over it, WordPress pulsates over there. And once again, you'll want to make your life easiest. Just type title, and it'll be the first one that comes up. For description, remember it cannot be longer than 800 characters. So I recommend using the excerpt unless you want to add a OpenAI chat completion that will take your article and summarize it, which we're doing in the next one. So you could look at that and add that in. But if you're coming from WordPress, you might as well just go with the excerpt. Just type that, excerpt. Finally, the link. The link comes from WordPress once again, and this is the link they click to actually go see your post. Link, and it's this first one right here. Get rid of this so that we can put in a link. And then you will say, okay. And that's ready to roll. Now we can go ahead and run it. So here's the one that we ran. It is day 5 of 14 days of automation. Here's the link. Here is the excerpt. Now let's look at our other automation. This one is a bit longer. Overall, it's still very simple. This is triggered from an Airtable. So if we look at our Airtable, I just created a table that has 3 columns: keyword, URL, and the time it was created. This is important because that's how it tracks whether there's a new one on there. So let's create a new word. Why I want to use automations. I'll use the same URL above as the school, automationelite.com. If you're interested in these type of videos and this content, please like and subscribe to our channel. If you want to learn more in depth and be involved with the community that is building tools to improve business, to improve your life, the link is in the description to our school called AI Automation Elite, where all of the materials inside of the video are available. Created new row, and when we come back over here, the first thing we want to do is create an Airtable. We want watch records. Right? Connect the Airtable the same way as everything else. Just follow the instructions. The base is the name of the group of tables that you're using. In this case, here are the 3 different ones I have, and this is multi-use AI. And we look at that multi-use AI, and this is Pinterest table. Pinterest, again, it'll show you all of the different tables that you have. For your trigger field, say created. Usually it's the only option in there. That's why we added that field. For label field, then you want to choose keyword. This is the word we want to get, and we want 1 as our limit. Okay, now we're going to create 4 GPT, 1 image, and 3 text completion. So the next 3 are all text completion. Connect your account, choose your model, and the first one is pin content, the description. So we have a simple system role that just says you create viral social media content. The user role or prompt with the keyword provided from Airtable, you are going to provide engaging article, right? This is the point where we want something that's engaging. You're fun and engaging, but remain professional. Here's the important part. As I said with the last one, you cannot exceed 800 characters, and because ChatGPT is not very good at counting, I recommend 700. That'll give you some room back and forth. And I also say include 3 to 4 hashtags. Set the tokens at 500 and go to the next one. Pinterest requires a title, and so the title is a completion. Once again, this one is very simple, just a user role that says create an engaging title based on the description, the article, if you will, created by the previous chat. And remember, these are wherever it hovers and pulsates, that's the correct one. Choices, message, and content. Always those 3 when it comes to the written response of ChatGPT. Set your tokens again. The next completion is to create an image prompt for GPT. Connect your GPT, your user role, create a DALL-E 3 image prompt, 200 characters max, vertical screen 9:16. Pinterest wants those vertical posts. You want to give it the same description, the social media post, so that it can write your image prompt, and then give it any special rules. So I want this one to be comic book style. Do not include any text. Right? We want to make sure we remain text-free because although it's great at text written, not great at image text. We'll say okay. 4th one is create an image. Here is a little bit different. Your model is going to be DALL-E 2 or DALL-E 3. Your prompt comes from the Pinterest prompt that we just made. You'll come to Pinterest prompt, choices, message, and again content. Choose your size for Pinterest, 1024 by 1792, but you can choose also horizontal or square. Quality, standard, style, you have a couple, natural or vivid, and then response format is URL. That's what you want it to return, a URL. Next, HTTP get a file. All you're going to do is pass in the URL from the generated image, and that's generate the image in data and URL. Click OK. Finally, Pinterest is set up exactly the same way. All right, so your image URL will be exactly the same way. Okay, so this is the board I chose. In the last one, I chose AI automation. Here I chose business. Title comes from your title generator. The description comes from your create a pin. And finally, you want to make sure that your URL comes from the Airtable. So that'll be all the way down at the bottom. And remember, we gave it a URL along with our keyword. And you'll click OK. Once it's done, we will go ahead and run once, or you can set your schedule. So let's go ahead and look at our, and here it is. Boost your productivity, unlock AI automations today. Nice image. Notice the vertical gives you a lot more real estate, and here is your post. Great post with your tags, and there's your URL. All right, I hope this is beneficial. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content so we can continue to create more. If you want to learn more in a community with much more advanced content, AI, LLMs, all kinds of great content, and directed to building for business, the link to my school is in the description. Thanks a lot. Happy automating.